New Age CEO Knowledge of Man. Please share with others. This 18-book selection out of over 55 to 60 books I read in last 30 years, not including technical books, is a must for you, your family, and your leadership at work. These are extremely transferable skills and will make you very successful in any role you chose and allow you to have great relationships and marriage. Everyone Communicates, Few Connect by John Maxwell. Detailed deck, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect by John Maxwell. Slide 1. Slide title, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. Author John C. Maxwell. Subtitle, What the Most Effective People Do Differently. Image, Maxwell's photo or a communication graphic. Slide 2. The core message. Main point, communication is not the same as connection. Key quote, connecting is the ability to identify with people and relate to them in a way that increases your influence with them. Slide 3. The 5 principles of connecting. Connecting increases influence in every situation. Connecting is all about others. Connecting goes beyond words. Connecting always requires energy. Connecting is more skill than natural talent. Slide 4. Principle 1. Influence through connection. Everyone who connects increases their ability to lead and influence. People won't follow you if they don't feel connected to you. Slide 5. Principle 2. Focus on others. Shift from me to you in conversations. Be genuinely interested in other people's thoughts, feelings, and values. Slide 6. Principle 3. Go beyond words. 7 to 38 to 55. Rule: 7% words, 38% tone of voice, 55% body language. Use facial expressions, posture, and eye contact to convey authenticity. Slide 7. Principle 4. Energy required connecting takes effort and intentionality. Prepare, observe, and respond dynamically. Slide 8. Principle 5. Skill over talent. You can learn to connect better. Practice makes connection more natural. Slide 9. The 5 practices of connecting. Connectors connect on common ground. Connectors do the difficult work of keeping it simple. Connectors create an experience everyone enjoys. Connectors inspire. People connectors live what they communicate. Slide 10. Practice 1. Common ground. Find shared interests or experiences. Ask questions to uncover what you have in common. Slide 11. Practice 2. Keep it simple. Clarity is king. Use simple, clear language. Avoid jargon and over-explaining. Slide 12. Practice 3. Enjoyable experience. Be engaging and empathetic. Use stories and humor. Create an emotional connection. Slide 13. Practice 4. Inspire people. Share your passion. Believe in others and lift them up. Paint a picture of a better future. Slide 14. Practice 5. Live it out. Be authentic and consistent. Back up your words with actions. Slide 15. Connecting one-on-one, in groups, and with an audience one-on-one. Listen well, show empathy. Group, encourage input, read the energy. Audience, use storytelling and visual cues to enhance message. Slide 16. Barriers to connection, self-centeredness, lack of preparation, poor listening, mixed signals, body language versus words. Slide 17. Final thoughts. Summary: everyone talks but few connect. To lead, influence, and build strong relationships, master the art of connection. Slide 18. Reflection questions. Who do I need to connect better with? What habits can I adopt to be more engaging? How can I communicate with more empathy and authenticity? 25 Ways to Win with People by John Maxwell. 25 Ways to Win with People by John Maxwell and Les Parrott. This book is packed with actionable strategies for building positive relationships. Below is a slide-by-slide structure you can use. Deck title: 25 Ways to Win with People. Subtitle: Unlock the Secrets of Lasting Influence and Connection. Authors: John C. Maxwell and Les Parrott. Slide 1. Introduction. Overview of the book. Importance of winning with people. Author's expertise in leadership and relationships. Slide 2. 1. Start with yourself. Work on your self-awareness and personal growth. Others will respond to your authenticity. Slide 3. 2. Practice the 30-second rule. In the first 30 seconds of conversation, say something encouraging. Focus on making others feel valuable. Slide 4.3. Let people know you need them. Acknowledge others' contributions. Show appreciation for their unique value. Slide 5.4. Create a memory and visit. It often do something memorable for someone, revisit it to strengthen the connection. Slide 6.5. Compliment people in front of others, builds their self-esteem and solidifies relationships. Public praise is powerful. Slide 7.6. Give others a reputation to uphold. Speak to their potential, helps people rise to your expectations. Slide 8.7. Say the right words at the right time. Use thoughtful, timely encouragement can lift someone during a low moment. Slide 9.8. Encourage the dreams of others. Ask about their goals and passions. Support their vision for the future. Slide 10.9. Pass the credit on don't hoard success. Elevate others who contributed. Slide 11.10. Offer your very best. People value excellence and effort. Be fully present and give your best in relationships. Slide 12.11. Share a secret. With someone builds trust and intimacy. Helps people feel important and included. Slide 13.12. Mine the gold of good intentions. Assume positive intent. Focus on others' hearts, not just their actions. Slide 14.13. Keep your eyes off the mirror. Be others-focused, not self-centered. Look to serve rather than be served. Slide 15.14. Do for others what they can't do for themselves. Step in with compassion. True service creates lasting bonds. Slide 16.15. Listen with your heart. Go beyond words, tune into emotions and needs. Slide 17.16. Find the keys to their heart. Know what motivates them. Customize your approach to connection. Slide 18.17. Be the first to help. Take initiative in lending a hand, builds goodwill and mutual respect. Slide 19.18. Add value to people. Ask, how can I make their life better? Small acts of kindness matter. Slide 20.19. Remember a person's story. Show you care by remembering names, stories, and dreams. Makes people feel seen and heard. Slide 21.20. Tell a good story. Share personal experiences to inspire or teach. Makes conversations memorable. Slide 22.21. Give with no strings attached. Avoid manipulation. True giving expects nothing in return. Slide 23.22. Learn their language. Speak in ways that resonate with their values and personality. Emotional intelligence is key. Slide 24.23. Be enjoyable to talk to bring energy, humor, and empathy. Make conversations light, positive, and engaging. Slide 25.24. Point out people's strengths. Highlight their gifts. Reinforces their confidence and self-worth. Slide 26.25. Help people win. Celebrate others' success. Be their cheerleader and support system. Slide 27. Recap the heart of winning with people. It's about genuine care, consistent encouragement, and intentional actions. Relationships thrive when people feel valued. Slide 28. Final quote. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. John Maxwell. The Psychology of Self-Esteem. Nathaniel Branden. Here's a detailed presentation deck outline on the psychology of self-esteem. Inspired by core psychological principles and the influential work of Nathaniel Branden, who also authored The Psychology of Self-Esteem. This version is structured for clarity, depth, and practical understanding. Deck title: The Psychology of Self-Esteem. Understanding the Science of Human Value and Worth. Slide 1. Introduction. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is a person's overall evaluation of their own worth. It influences our thoughts, emotions, motivation, and behavior. Why it matters. It shapes how we interact with ourselves, others, and the world. Slide 2. Core definition. Nathaniel Branden's definition. Self-esteem is the disposition to experience oneself as competent to cope with the basic challenges of life and as worthy of happiness. Two components. Self-efficacy. confidence in our ability to think and act effectively. Self-respect, confidence in our right to be happy and live with dignity. Slide 3. Origins of self-esteem. Begins in childhood, parental love, support, validation, experiences of success, autonomy, influenced by family dynamics, social interactions, education, media, culture. Slide 4. The role of consciousness. Self-esteem is rooted in awareness and volitional consciousness. We must be actively engaged with life, thinking, choosing, acting. The more conscious we are, the more control we have over our esteem. Slide 5. The inner dialogue. Self-esteem is shaped by our internal conversations. Encouraging versus condemning self-talk. Thoughts like "I can handle this" or "I am worthless." Changing self-talk changes self-esteem over time. Slide 6. Healthy versus unhealthy. Self-esteem, healthy, rooted in reality. Flexible and resilient supports growth and connection. Unhealthy, inflated or deflated. Dependent on approval or achievement. Vulnerable to rejection and failure. Slide 7. The impact of self-esteem. Emotional health, greater resilience to stress. Lower risk of anxiety and depression. Behavioral outcomes, willingness to take risks. Initiative and leadership relationships, better boundaries. Authentic communication. Slide 8. Practices that build self-esteem. Self-awareness, journaling, reflection. Honest living, congruence between values and behavior. Goal setting, clear purpose and progress. Affirmation, positive, reality-based self-statements. Responsibility, owning choices and outcomes. Slide 9. Self-esteem is a practice. It is not a gift or a fixed trait. It's earned through daily habits. It grows with each act of courage, honesty, productivity, and self-respect. To trust one's mind and to know that one is worthy of happiness is the essence of self-esteem. Brandon. Slide 10. Final thoughts. Self-esteem is foundational to mental, emotional, and social health. Understanding its psychology helps us build stronger selves and communities. Start with awareness. Act with purpose. Live with integrity. The Psychology of Self-Esteem, Nathaniel Branden. Here's a detailed presentation deck outline on the psychology of self-esteem, inspired by core psychological principles and the influential work of Nathaniel Branden, who also authored The Psychology of Self-Esteem. This version is structured for clarity, depth, and practical understanding. Deck title: The Psychology of Self-Esteem. Understanding the Science of Human Value and Worth. Slide 1. Introduction. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is a person's overall evaluation of their own worth. It influences our thoughts, emotions, motivation, and behavior. Why it matters. It shapes how we interact with ourselves, others, and the world. Slide 2. Core definition. Nathaniel Branden's definition. Self-esteem is the disposition to experience oneself as competent to cope with the basic challenges of life and as worthy of happiness. 2 components. Self-efficacy, confidence in our ability to think and act effectively. Self-respect, confidence in our right to be happy and live with dignity. Slide 3. Origins of self-esteem. Begins in childhood, parental love, support, validation, experiences of success, autonomy, influenced by family dynamics, social interactions, education, media, culture. Slide 4. The role of consciousness. Self-esteem is rooted in awareness and volitional consciousness. We must be actively engaged with life, thinking, choosing, acting. The more conscious we are, the more control we have over our esteem. Slide 5. The inner dialogue. Self-esteem is shaped by our internal conversations. Encouraging versus condemning self-talk. Thoughts like "I can handle this" or "I am worthless." Changing self-talk changes self-esteem over time. Slide 6. Healthy versus unhealthy self-esteem. Healthy, rooted in reality. Flexible and resilient, supports growth and connection. Unhealthy, inflated or deflated. Dependent on approval or achievement. Vulnerable to rejection and failure. Slide 7. The impact of self-esteem. Emotional health, greater resilience to stress. lower risk of anxiety and depression, behavioral outcomes, willingness to take risks, initiative and leadership relationships, better boundaries, authentic communication. Slide 8. Practices that build self-esteem, self-awareness, journaling, reflection, honest living, congruence between values and behavior, goal setting, clear purpose and progress, affirmation, positive reality-based self-statements, responsibility, owning choices and outcomes. Slide 9. Self-esteem is a practice. It is not a gift or a fixed trait. It's earned through daily habits. It grows with each act of courage, honesty, productivity, and self-respect. To trust one's mind and to know that one is worthy of happiness is the essence of self-esteem. Brandon, slide 10. Final thoughts. Self-esteem is foundational to mental, emotional, and social health. Understanding its psychology helps us build stronger selves and communities. Start with awareness. Act with purpose. Live with integrity. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. John Gray. Here is a detailed deck on Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus by John Gray, a relationship classic that explains key psychological and emotional differences between men and women. Deck, Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus by John Gray, Ph.D. Slide 1. Overview. Author, John Gray, Ph.D. Main theme, men and women are fundamentally different in how they communicate, handle stress, and seek love. Purpose, to improve relationship understanding by honoring gender differences instead of denying them. Audience, couples, therapists, relationship coaches. Slide 2. Martians versus Venusians metaphor men. Martians, value achievement, independence and solutions. Women, Venusians, value connection, nurturing and empathy. Came from different planets, spoke different emotional languages. Love brought them together on Earth, but they forgot their differences. Slide 3. Key differences in coping with stress. Men withdraw into a cave to solve problems privately. Women feel better by talking about problems and feeling heard. Misunderstanding leads to resentment or confusion. Slide 4. Communication styles. Men communicate to convey information or solve a problem. Women communicate to express feelings and connect emotionally. Solution: learn to listen without fixing, for men, and respect silence, for women. Slide 5. Motivation by different needs. Men motivated by feeling needed and trusted. Women motivated by feeling cherished and understood. Core idea: don't try to change each other, appreciate and support each other's nature. Slide 6. Scoring points differently. Women value many small gestures of love. Men think large gestures win more points. Reality: in women's emotional scoring, every act of love equals 1 point. Slide 7. The love tank concept. Both partners have an emotional love tank. Filling the tank equals meeting emotional needs consistently. When the tank is empty, misunderstandings and withdrawal occur. Slide 8. Asking for support. Men often wait to be asked or feel criticized if women ask. Women should use clear, non-demanding requests. Best phrase: would you be willing to? Avoid you never, or why can't you? Slide 9. The rubber band theory. Men periodically pull away to regain independence. Not rejection, just emotional reset. Women should not chase, instead allow space for reconnection. Slide 10. The wave theory. Women experience emotional waves, highs and lows. During the low, they need emotional support, not advice. Men should validate feelings and show patience. Slide 11. Emotional needs. Primary needs of men: trust, acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, encouragement. Primary needs of women: caring, understanding, respect, devotion, validation, reassurance. Slide 12. Healing conflicts, avoid blame and assume positive intent. Use I feel statements over you make me feel. Show effort to meet needs before discussing failure. Slide 13. The 90-10 rule. Focus on the 90% you can give, not the 10% you lack. Each partner should take responsibility for creating love. Expecting perfection equals path to disappointment. Slide 14. Application in daily life practice empathy. Step into the other's perspective. Schedule time to talk without distractions. Celebrate differences instead of arguing over them. Slide 15. Conclusion. Men and women are wired differently, not better or worse. Understanding and adapting to these differences is key. Mutual respect, communication, and effort build lasting love. Don't try to change each other, grow together. Type Talk, Otto Kroger and Janet Thusen. Here's a detailed deck on Type Talk by Otto Kroger and Janet M. Thusen, which explores the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, and how personality types influence communication, work, and relationships. Type Talk, detailed deck by Otto Kroger and Janet M. Thusen. 1. Introduction to Type Talk. Purpose explains MBTI as a tool to understand personality differences. Goal: improve communication, teamwork, and self-awareness through psychological type. Basis: Carl Jung's theory of psychological types, adapted by Isabel Briggs Myers. 2. 4 MBTI dimensions. Each person has a preference in 4 dichotomies, resulting in 16 unique personality types. 1. Energy source, EI, extroversion. E. Focus on outer world, action-oriented. Introversion, I. Focus on inner world, thought-oriented. 2. Information gathering, SN. Sensing, S. Focus on facts, details, practicality. Intuition, N. Focus on patterns, possibilities, big picture. 3. Decision-making, TF. Thinking. T. Logical, objective, critical. Feeling. F. Personal values, empathy, harmony. 4. Life structure, JP. Judging, J. Organized, planned, decisive. Perceiving, P. Flexible, spontaneous, adaptive. 3. The 16 MBTI types. Each type is a unique combination of the 4 preferences: G, ISTJ, ENFP, etc. Example: ISTJ, inspector. Practical, organized, dependable. ENFP, inspirer. Energetic, imaginative, people-centered. 4th core principles of Type Talk. No type is better. Every type has strengths and blind spots. Type ? Behavior. It's about preference, not ability. Growth comes from awareness. Understanding your type and others reduces conflict and increases synergy. 5th communication styles by type. Extroverts talk to think. Expressive need verbal interaction. Introverts think to talk. Reflective prefer written or one-to-one. Sensors want specifics, details, and realism. Intuitives want concepts, innovation, and possibilities. Thinkers value logic and fairness. Feelers value harmony and relationships. Judges prefer structure and decisions. Perceivers prefer options and spontaneity. 6. Type in the workplace. Understanding types helps in team building, leadership development, conflict resolution, career planning, customer service. Example: ESFJs thrive in structured, people-oriented environments. INTPs prefer independent, idea-driven projects. 7. Type and stress. Under stress, people tend to shift toward their non-preferred functions. This causes conflict, confusion, and miscommunication. Example: ESTJ may become rigid and aggressive under stress. INFP may withdraw and become overly sensitive. 8. Improving relationships with type. Recognize differences, stop judging, start appreciating. Flex communication, tailor your approach to others' preferences. Growth mindset, every type can learn to stretch into less preferred areas. 9. MBTI and personal growth. Use type as a starting point, not a box. Develop emotional intelligence through type awareness. Reflect on how your preferences affect decisions, relationships, and conflict. 10. Summary takeaways type. Destiny, it's a lens for understanding, not a limit. Know thyself. Awareness of type fosters self-confidence and growth. Know others. Empathy comes from understanding different perspectives. Application is key. Use type knowledge to build better teams, conversations, and lives. Besides Ourselves, Naomi Cuenk. Here is a detailed deck on Beside Ourselves, Our Hidden Personality in Everyday Life, by Naomi Cuenk. which explores how we behave under stress through the lens of the MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator Framework. DECK, Beside Ourselves by Naomi Quenk. 1. Overview of the book. Author Naomi L. Quenk. Focus: explores the inferior function in Myers-Briggs typology. Theme: how our personalities change under stress and why we may behave beside ourselves. 2. MBTI Framework Refresher. Each person is one of 16 MBTI types derived from preferences: E, I, extroversion, introversion; S, N, sensing, intuition; intuition, T, F, thinking, feeling; J, P, judging, perceiving. Dominant function, our go-to way of dealing with the world. Inferior function, least developed and unconscious, activated under stress. 3. What is the inferior function? The opposite of the dominant function. Emerges under stress or fatigue, leads to uncharacteristic, erratic or emotional behavior. Example: an INTJ, dominant introverted intuition, may exhibit extroverted sensing when stressed, becoming impulsive, indulgent, or overstimulated. 4. Triggers for the inferior function: exhaustion, conflict, major life transitions; feeling threatened, undervalued, or out of control; inability to use dominant or auxiliary functions effectively. 5. How each type reacts under stress. MBTI, Type Dominant Inferior Stress Reaction, ISTJs ein Anxiety, Catastrophizing ENFP NSI Obsession with Facts, Tunnel Vision INFJ Enyan ISE Overindulgence, Hyperawareness of Surroundings, ESTP CNE Paranoia, Fatalistic Thinking, NTP Type Emotional Outbursts, Hypersensitivity ESFJ Fiti Cold Detachment, Overcritical, NTJ ANI SC Impulsivity, Reckless Behavior ISFP Fight Rigid Control, Explosiveness. 6. Losing ourselves in the inferior people often feel embarrassed or confused about this behavior. May lead to interpersonal conflicts or regret. Recognizing the pattern helps regain control. 7. Growth through awareness. Accept the inferior function as part of self. Don't suppress, integrate it over time. Use stress reactions as a signal for self-care and reflection. Build emotional intelligence around triggers. 8. Practical applications. Personal growth, recognize and manage unconscious patterns. Relationships, understand why others may act out of character. Workplace, prevent burnout and team miscommunications. Therapy, JOT coaching, helps tailor interventions based on stress behavior. 9. Quenk's contribution pioneered the understanding of MBTI types in stress states, encouraged compassion for ourselves and others in our worst moments, deepened psychological insight within the type community. 10th key. Quote, the inferior function lies at the core of our inner life, a gateway to the unconscious. Failing Forward, John Maxwell. Here is a detailed deck summary of Failing Forward, Turning Mistakes into Stepping Stones for Success, by John C. Maxwell, structured for presentation use. Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Subtitle: Turning Mistakes into Stepping Stones for Success. Slide 1. Introduction to Failing Forward. Core message: successful people learn from failure, they don't avoid it. Main premise: the difference between average people and achieving people is their perception of and response to failure. Objective: shift your mindset to treat failure as a growth opportunity. Slide 2. The failure myth. Failure is not avoidable an event objective. The enemy irreversible truth. Failure is part of the learning process. Slide 3. Key principle number 1. Redefine failure. You're not a failure unless you quit. View failure as feedback, not defeat. Reframe: I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison. Slide 4. Key principle number 2. Reject rejection. Don't internalize failure. You are not your mistakes. Healthy self-worth helps you bounce back. Slide 5. Key principle number 3. Learn from every failure. Ask, what did I learn? How can I grow? What will I do differently? Failure is the best teacher, if you're willing to learn. Slide 6. Key principle number 4. Change your response. It's not the event, it's your reaction. Choose. responsibility over blame, action over avoidance. Successful people own the outcome and adjust. Slide 7. Key principle number 5. Take responsibility. Accept ownership of your failures. Avoid excuses, finger-pointing, or denial. Personal responsibility accelerates progress. Slide 8. Key principle number 6. Don't let failure define you. Your past doesn't define your future. Move through failure, not live in it. Resilience comes from separating self-worth from performance. Slide 9. Key principle number 7. Embrace risk. No risk equals no reward. All success involves some failure. The more risks you take, the more chances you have to succeed. Slide 10. Key principle number 8. Persevere past failure. Fail forward by getting up faster. Tenacity separates the successful from the stuck. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Japanese proverb. Slide 11. The failure quotient, FQ. FQ measures your capacity to fail and keep trying. High FQ equals high resilience and adaptability practice, failing productively. Slide 12. Failure and leadership. Great leaders share lessons from failure. Create a safe space for others to fail and grow. Failure is part of innovation and team learning. Slide 13. Turning mistakes into growth. Fail fast, fail cheap. Learn always, apply immediately. Slide 14. 7 steps to failing forward. Reject rejection, don't point fingers. See failure as temporary set. Realistic expectations focus on strengths. Vary approaches bounce back. Slide 15. Final message. The difference between average people and achieving people is their perception of and response to failure. John C. Maxwell. Keep learning. Keep risking. Keep growing. Fail forward. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. Here is a detailed deck based on Stephen R. Covey's classic, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, structured as a slide-style breakdown for presentation, coaching, or study use. Detailed deck, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Slide 1, Overview. Title, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Author, Stephen R. Covey. Purpose, to build character and develop personal and interpersonal effectiveness through internal principles. Slide 2, The Maturity Continuum. Dependence, you rely on others. You take care of me. Independence, you take care of yourself. I can do it. Interdependence, you cooperate to achieve more. We can do it. Slide 3, Habit 1, Be Proactive. Key. Principle, responsibility concept. You are the creator of your response. Take initiative. Focus, circle of influence versus circle of concern. Practice, use proactive language. I will, I choose to. Slide 4, Habit 2, Begin with the end in mind. Key principle, vision concept. Define a clear vision of your life goals. Tool, personal mission statement. Focus, align daily actions with long-term purpose. Slide 5, Habit 3, Put first things first. Key principle, prioritization concept. Manage your time and energy by importance, not urgency. Matrix, time management matrix, urgent versus important. Skill, self-discipline, saying no to distractions. Slide 6, Habits 1 to 3. Summary, private victory. Habit 1, you're in charge. Habit 2, you have direction. Habit 3, you prioritize your values. Outcome, independence and self-mastery. Slide 7, Habit 4, Think win-win. Key principle, mutual benefit concept. Seek agreements and relationships that are beneficial to all. Foundation, abundance mentality versus scarcity mentality. Practice, empathy plus courage equals win-win. Slide 8, Habit 5, Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Key principle, empathic communication concept. Listen with intent to understand, not to reply. Skills, reflective listening, emotional intelligence effect. Builds deep trust and influence. Slide 9, Habit 6, Synergize. Key principle, creative cooperation. Concept, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Essentials, celebrate differences. Value teamwork. Open dialogue, outcome. Innovative solutions. Slide 10, Habits 4 to 6 summary, public victory. Habit 4, relationships with mutual benefit. Habit 5, real understanding. Habit 6, effective collaboration. Outcome, interdependence and influence. Slide 11, Habit 7, sharpen the saw key. Principle, renewal concept. Regularly renew yourself in 4 dimensions. Physical, exercise, rest. Mental, reading, learning. Social, emotional, relationships, empathy. Spiritual, meditation, purpose. Outcome, sustainable effectiveness. Slide 12. Bonus, the 8th habit, from Covey's sequel. Find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. Concept, fulfillment and contribution in the knowledge worker age. Slide 13. Implementation tips. Start with 1 habit per week. Write a personal mission statement. Practice journaling for reflection. Use Covey's weekly planning system. Form accountability partnerships. Slide 14. Final summary habit. Theme maturity level 1. Be proactive, personal responsibility, independence 2. Begin with the end in mind, vision, independence 3. Put first things first, prioritization, independence 4. Think win-win, mutual benefit, interdependence 5. Seek first to understand, empathy, interdependence 6. Synergize collaboration, interdependence 7. Sharpen the saw, renewal, all levels. 17 indisputable laws of leadership, John Maxwell. Here's a detailed slide-by-slide breakdown for a deck based on John Maxwell's 17 irrefutable laws of teamwork. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a JPEG, carousel, or HTML format too. Slide 1, title, slide title, The 17 Irrefutable Laws of Teamwork. Subtitle, by John C. Maxwell. Image, team climbing a mountain together. Slide 2, introduction. Content, John Maxwell emphasizes that teamwork makes the dream work. These 17 laws are foundational principles to build winning teams, applicable to leadership, business, sports, and life. Slide 3. 1. The Law of Significance. Key message: 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. Insight: big accomplishments require a team effort. Slide 4. 2. The Law of the Big Picture. Key message: the goal is more important than the role. Insight: everyone must see how they fit into the larger mission. Slide 5. 3. The Law of the Niche. Key message: all players have a place where they add the most value. Insight: great teams assign roles that align with strengths. Slide 6. 4. The Law of Mount Everest. Key message: as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. Insight: bigger missions require stronger collaboration. Slide 7. 5. The Law of the Chain. Key message: the strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. Insight: address weaknesses or risk the entire mission. Slide 8. 6. The Law of the Catalyst. Key message: winning teams have players who make things happen. Insight: catalysts drive energy, performance, and momentum. Slide 9. 7. The Law of the Compass. Key message: vision gives team members direction and confidence. Insight: shared vision keeps everyone aligned and motivated. Slide 10. 8. The Law of the Bad Apple. Key message: rotten attitudes ruin a team. Insight: one negative member can poison team culture. Slide 11. 9. The Law of Countability. Key message: teammates must be able to count on each other. Insight: trust and reliability are non-negotiable. Slide 12. 10. The Law of the Price Tag. Key message: the team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. Insight: sacrifice and commitment are essential. Slide 13. 11. The Law of the Scoreboard. Key message: the team can make adjustments when it knows where it stands. Insight: measurement and feedback keep the team on track. Slide 14. 12. The Law of the Bench. Key message: great teams have great depth. Insight: success depends on more than just starters. Support matters. Slide 15. 13. The Law of Identity. Key message: shared values define the team. Insight: culture and unity stem from common principles. Slide 16. 14. The Law of Communication. Key message: interaction fuels action. Insight: open, honest, and frequent communication is vital. Slide 17, 15. The Law of the Edge Key. Message: the difference between two equally talented teams is leadership. Insight: strong leadership gives the team a winning edge. Slide 18, 16. The Law of High Morale Key. Message: when you're winning, nothing hurts. Insight: confidence and enthusiasm accelerate performance. Slide 19, 17. The Law of Dividends Key. Message: investing in the team compounds over time. Insight: long-term growth comes from consistent investment in people. Slide 20. Conclusion and application content. Reflect on your team. Which law needs the most work? Lead by example and start applying these principles. Success is a team sport. The Difference Maker, John Maxwell. Here is a detailed deck summary of The Difference Maker, Making Your Attitude Your Greatest Asset, by John C. Maxwell. Deck title: The Difference Maker by John Maxwell. Subtitle: Making Your Attitude Your Greatest Asset. Slide 1. Introduction to the book. Author: John C. Maxwell. Focus: the power of attitude in determining success. Key message: you cannot always control your circumstances, but you can control your attitude. Slide 2. What makes the difference? The difference maker equals your attitude. Talent, education, and experience are valuable, but attitude determines how far you go. Attitude affects how we face challenges, relate to others, and handle success or failure. Slide 3. 5 attitude obstacles. 1. Discouragement. 2. Change. 3. Problems. 4. Fear. 5. Failure. Each of these challenges tests and reveals your attitude. Slide 4. Attitude versus emotions. Emotions are reactions. Attitude is a chosen response. Healthy attitudes come from intentional decisions, not fleeting feelings. You must take responsibility for your attitude. Slide 5. Changing your attitude. Reflect on your current attitude. Identify triggers for negative responses. Practice positive self-talk and surround yourself with uplifting influences. Take action daily to adjust and improve your attitude. Slide 6. The power of perspective. Your attitude shapes your perspective. A positive perspective sees opportunity in adversity. Control your inner world regardless of outer circumstances. Slide 7. Attitude and relationships. People are drawn to those with great attitudes. A good attitude helps resolve conflict and build trust. Maxwell. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Slide 8. Facing discouragement. Causes: unmet expectations, criticism, setbacks. Strategies: gratitude, small wins, strong support system. Choose hope over despair. Slide 9. Embracing change. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Great attitude allows you to adapt, learn, and evolve. Focus on what you can control. Slide 10. Overcoming problems. Problems are opportunities in disguise. Attitude helps you move from complaining to problem solving. Key: proactivity over reactivity. Slide 11. Conquering fear. Fear paralyzes. Attitude empowers. Develop courage by taking incremental steps. Fear is a liar. Focus on facts and faith. Slide 12. Reframing failure. Failure is not fatal unless you let it be. Adopt a growth mindset. Fail forward. Learn, adjust, and keep moving. Slide 13. Attitude plus action equals results. Good attitude without action equals potential wasted. Action gives your attitude purpose and direction. Consistency is key. Slide 14. Final takeaways. Attitude is a choice, not a gift. It determines your response, relationships, and results. Make your attitude your greatest asset. It's the difference maker. Slide 15. Reflect and apply. What is your current attitude toward life, people, and challenges? What will you do today to improve your attitude? Who can you influence by being the difference? Talent is never enough. John Maxwell. Here is a high-level presentation deck outline for Talent is Never Enough by John C. Maxwell, designed for leadership training, personal development, or team sessions. Deck title: Talent is Never Enough. Subtitle: Unlocking the Choices that Elevate Your Talent. Author, based on the book by John C. Maxwell. Prepared for your name and organization. Slide 1, Introduction. Quote, "Talent is a gift, but character is a choice." John Maxwell. Purpose of the deck: to explore how to maximize talent through intentional choices. Slide 2, Core premise. Everyone has talent. Talent alone is never enough. Choices elevate talent into greatness. Slide 3, the 13 crucial choices that maximize talent. Choice description 1. Belief elevates your talent through confidence. 2. Passion energizes and fuels your talent. 3. Initiative activates your talent. 4. Focus directs your talent toward purpose. 5. Preparation positions your talent for success. 6. Practice sharpens your talent. 7. Perseverance sustains your talent. 8. Courage tests your talent in adversity. 9. Teachability expands your talent. 10. Character protects your talent. 11. Relationships influence the growth of your talent. 12. Responsibility strengthens your talent. 13. Teamwork multiplies your talent. Slide 4. Belief lifts your talent. Belief is the foundation of action. Case example: Michael Jordan's belief versus early rejection. Slide 5. Passion energizes talent. Passion sustains motivation. Talent without passion leads to burnout. Slide 6. Initiative activates talent. Talent remains dormant without action. Proactive people win. Slide 7. Focus directs talent. Distraction dilutes talent. Laser focus drives results. Slide 8 to 14. Continue with other choices. Dedicate each slide to a choice. O preparation. O practice. O perseverance. O courage. O teachability. O character. O relationships. O responsibility. O teamwork. Slide 15. The power of choice. Quote, "Talent is a starting point. Choice is the finish line." Reflection. Which of the 13 choices are you currently neglecting? Slide 16. Takeaway framework. TALENT equals talent, plus attitude, plus learning, plus effort, plus nurture, plus team. Encourage audience to build an action plan. Slide 17. Group exercise, optional. Rate yourself 1 to 5 on each of the 13 choices. Pick 2 areas to improve this month. Slide 18. Closing. Quote, "Success is not a matter of talent, it's a matter of choice." John Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. John Maxwell. Here is a detailed deck outline based on The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Slide 1. Title slide. Title: The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Author John C. Maxwell. Theme: Leadership Principles that Stand the Test of Time. Slide 2. Introduction. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. These 21 laws are principles that can be learned and applied by anyone. Slide 3. Law 1. The Law of the Lid. Leadership ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. The lower an individual's ability to lead, the lower the lid on their potential. Slide 4. Law 2. The Law of Influence. The true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Position doesn't make a leader, influence does. Slide 5. Law 3. The law of process. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. It's a lifelong journey of learning, growth and development. Slide 6. Law 4. The law of navigation. Anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Leaders evaluate conditions and plan effectively. Slide 7. Law 5. The law of addition. Leaders add value by serving others. True leadership is focused on adding value, not extracting it. Slide 8. Law 6. The law of solid ground. Trust is the foundation of leadership. Integrity and honesty are non-negotiable. Slide 9. Law 7. The law of respect. People naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. Respect must be earned through character and competence. Slide 10. Law 8. The law of intuition. Leaders evaluate everything with a leadership bias. Leadership intuition separates great leaders from good ones. Slide 11. Law 9. The law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract. Leaders attract people similar in mindset and values. Slide 12. Law 10. the law of connection. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Authentic connection drives loyalty and cooperation. Slide 13. Law 11, the law of the inner circle. A leader's potential is determined by those closest to them. Build a strong team to extend influence and effectiveness. Slide 14. Law 12, the law of empowerment. Only secure leaders give power to others. Empowering others multiplies leadership impact. Slide 15, Law 13, the law of the picture. People do what people see. Leaders must model the behavior they expect from others. Slide 16, Law 14, the law of buy-in. People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. Trust the messenger before accepting the message. Slide 17, Law 15, the law of victory. Leaders find a way for the team to win. A commitment to victory inspires determination and creativity. Slide 18, Law 16, the law of the Big Mo. Momentum is a leader's best friend. Momentum makes change easier and magnifies success. Slide 19, Law 17, the law of priorities leaders. Understand that activity is not necessarily accomplishment. Focus on what adds the greatest value. Slide 20, Law 18, the law of sacrifice. A leader must give up to go up. Success requires personal sacrifice for the benefit of others. Slide 21, Law 19, the law of timing. When to lead is as important as what to do and where to go. Right action plus right timing equals success. Slide 22, Law 20, the law of explosive growth. To add growth, lead followers. To multiply, lead leaders. Equip and develop other leaders for exponential impact. Slide 23. Law 21, the law of legacy. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. True leadership leaves behind other leaders. Slide 24, conclusion. Leadership is a journey. Mastering these 21 laws helps grow influence, build strong teams, and leave a legacy. How to Influence, John Maxwell. Here's a detailed deck based on Becoming a Person of Influence by John C. Maxwell and Jim Dornan. Deck, Becoming a Person of Influence by John C. Maxwell and Jim Dornan. Slide 1, Title Slide. Title, Becoming a Person of Influence. Subtitle, How to Positively Impact the Lives of Others. Authors, John C. Maxwell and Jim Dornan. Slide 2, Overview. Influence is the key to successful leadership, relationships, and personal growth. Everyone has influence. This book shows how to grow it ethically and effectively. 4 major areas of focus: integrity, nurturing, faith, and listening. Slide 3, the foundation of influence. Integrity. Integrity builds trust. Without it, influence crumbles. People want to follow leaders they can trust. Be consistent in values, words, and actions. Quote, people do what people see. Slide 4, nurturing others, show genuine care and concern. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Invest time, attention, and energy into others' growth. Key trait, encouragement. Slide 5, faith in people believe in others before they believe in themselves. Influence starts when you see potential in someone and help them see it too. Expect the best. You'll often get it. Slide 6, listening to connect. Listening builds bridges. Talking alone builds walls. Focused listening shows respect and deepens relationships. Avoid distractions. Listen for meaning and emotion. Slide 7, understanding people. Empathy enhances influence. Learn what motivates and frustrates others. Help people achieve their goals, not just your own. Slide 8, enlarge people. Mentorship and development are crucial. Give people responsibilities and resources. Celebrate their wins more than your own. Maxwell's rule, leaders add value by serving others. Slide 9, navigating for others. Help people through transitions and challenges. Be the guide, not just the authority. Influence increases as you help others succeed in complexity. Slide 10, connecting beyond position. Positional leadership is the lowest form of influence. True influence is built on relationship, respect, and results. Connect through shared values and mutual goals. Slide 11, empowering others. Influence grows when you empower others to lead, delegate, coach, and release responsibility. Be secure in your role to help others shine. Slide 12. Reproducing influence. The ultimate goal: influence the influencers. Create a legacy by investing in the next generation of leaders. Influence multiplies when it becomes exponential through others. Slide 13. Summary. The influence ladder model: integrity. Nurture others, believe in them. Listen well, understand, empower. Reproduce influence. Slide 14. Final thoughts. Anyone can become a person of influence. It starts with intention and grows with consistent character. Influence is not a position, it's a lifestyle. Quote, "Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less." John Maxwell. High Road Leadership. John Maxwell. Here's a Facebook-friendly version of a High Road Leadership deck outline by John C. Maxwell. Short, visually structured, and ready for posting as a carousel, long caption, or image-based post. High Road Leadership by John C. Maxwell, bringing people together in a world that divides. Slide 1. What is High Road Leadership? Leadership that puts others first, embraces ethics, and inspires unity over division. Slide 2. The 3 roads of leadership: low road, selfish, manipulative, toxic; middle road, neutral, passive; average, high road, ethical, intentional, transformational. Slide 3. Core principles: integrity, consistent values; humility, lead by serving, respect, value every person; intentionality, choose the high road daily. Slide 4. High road practices: add value to others, respond with grace, not ego, lead by example, cultivate emotional intelligence. Slide 5. Why it matters: builds trust, unifies teams, creates lasting influence, transforms culture. Slide 6. Final thought: you can't lead people to a place you haven't gone yourself. Choose the high road, daily, deliberately, with heart. 5 levels of leadership. John Maxwell. Here is a detailed deck summarizing John Maxwell's The 5 Levels of Leadership, designed for professional presentation and training purposes. The 5 Levels of Leadership, John C. Maxwell. Slide deck. Overview, total slides, approximately 18. Format, clear, visual, and leadership-oriented. Structure, title plus overview plus level-by-level breakdown plus application plus final thoughts. Slide breakdown. Slide 1, title slide. The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Where you start doesn't matter. Leadership is a journey. Slide 2, introduction to the 5 levels. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is developed daily, not in a day. Each level builds upon the previous one. True leaders move through the levels with intentionality. Slide 3, overview of the 5 levels. Level name, keyword 1. Position rights. 2. Permission relationships. 3. Production results. 4. People development reproduction. 5. Pinnacle respect. Level 1. Position, rights. Slide 4. What it is. People follow you because they have to, based on job title or role. Lowest level of leadership. Slide 5. Pros and cons. Gives authority. No real influence. High turnover if not improved. Slide 6. How to grow. Learn your job well. Treat everyone with respect, except that the title is just the beginning. Level 2. Permission, relationships. Slide 7. What it is. People follow you because they want to, based on trust and relationships. Foundation of influence. Slide 8. Key behaviors. Listen well. Genuinely care. Build rapport and trust. Slide 9. Pitfalls to avoid. Manipulation instead of motivation. Favoritism. Emotional burnout without boundaries. Level 3. Production, results. Slide 10. What it is. People follow you because of what you've done. You deliver results and lead by example. Momentum builds. Slide 11. Impact on team. Morale improves. Productivity increases. Credibility is earned. Slide 12. To advance further. Set measurable goals. Create a culture of accountability. Celebrate wins. Level 4, People Development, Reproduction. Slide 13, What it is. People follow because of what you've done for them. You're developing other leaders. Slide 14, Characteristics. Mentor others intentionally. Create leadership pipelines. Delegate and empower. Slide 15, Multiplying effect. Increases loyalty. Strengthens team. Sustains growth. Level 5, Pinnacle, Respect. Slide 16, What it is. People follow you because of who you are and what you represent. The rarest level. Slide 17, Pinnacle Leader Traits. Legacy mindset. Influences beyond the organization. Develops other leaders at level 4 and 5. Slide 18, Final thoughts and application. Leadership is a lifelong journey. Reflect, what level are you at with each person you lead? Challenge, what's your growth plan to move to the next level? Developing the leaders around you, John Maxwell. Here is a detailed deck outline for developing the leaders around you by John C. Maxwell. This framework is designed for equipping others, building a strong leadership pipeline, and creating a multiplying leadership culture. Detailed deck, Developing the Leaders Around You by John Maxwell. Slide 1, Slide title, Developing the Leaders Around You. Subtitle by John C. Maxwell. Visual, a leader lifting others up. Quote, the greatest leadership principle I have learned is that those closest to the leader will determine the success level of that leader. Slide 2, Why develop leaders? Leadership development is the key to sustained growth, increased capacity, multiplication of influence. Quote, you grow the organization by growing the people. Slide 3, The leader's greatest return. A leader's greatest return lies in developing other leaders, not just followers. Followers add, leaders multiply. Visual, math symbols, addition versus multiplication. Slide 4, The leader's role, identify potential leaders. Train, mentor, and equip. Provide growth opportunities, empower, and release. Slide 5, Identifying potential leaders. Maxwell's criteria, the 5 A's. Attitude, aspiration, ability, achievement, alignment. Quote, people cannot be trained to have potential. You can only develop what is already there. Slide 6, The leadership development process model. Show the way, mentor, teach and coach, monitor. Provide feedback. Motivate, encourage growth, multiply. Empower others to develop leaders. Slide 7, Create a leadership culture, growth mindset. Safe environment for failure. Leadership is everyone's responsibility. Continuous learning. Slide 8, Obstacles to leadership development, insecurity in the top leader. Fear of being replaced. Short-term thinking. Lack of vision. Slide 9, Empowering leaders. Give authority, not just responsibility. Provide resources and trust. Step back and let them lead. Celebrate their wins. Slide 10, The law of reproduction. Quote, it takes a leader to raise up another leader. Leaders who develop other leaders change the future of the organization. Visual, tree with branches representing developed leaders. Slide 11, The return on leadership development. Increases capacity, builds team strength, prepares for succession, elevates morale and innovation. Slide 12, Practical actions to develop leaders. Start a leadership development program. Assign mentors to emerging leaders. Delegate strategically. Conduct regular leadership reviews. Offer leadership books and training. Slide 13, Leadership pipeline. Stages, emerging leaders, growing leaders, reproducing leaders. Legacy leaders align each stage with training and coaching. Slide 14, Case study or real-life example. Optional, highlight a known leader who multiplied other leaders. Lessons from their process. Slide 15, Key takeaways. Leadership development is not optional. It's essential. Invest in the right people. Your legacy will be the leaders you leave behind. Slide 16, Reflection and challenge. Who are you developing today? What systems are in place for leadership growth? What's your next step? Blink, Malcolm Gladwell. Here's a detailed deck based on Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. By Malcolm Gladwell. Title slide. Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. by Malcolm Gladwell, a deep dive into snap judgments and rapid cognition. Slide 1, Overview. Author Malcolm Gladwell, published 2005. Genre, Psychology/Behavioral Science Core. Idea explores how we make split-second decisions and how accurate or flawed they can be. Slide 2. Key concept, thin slicing definition, the ability to make quick judgments based on limited information. Example, Gottman's study predicting divorce by observing a few minutes of a couple's interaction. Implication, experts often perform better with less information. Slide 3. The power of the unconscious cognition. Many decisions are made without deliberate thinking. Priming effect, exposure to subtle cues influences behavior. Example, people primed with words related to the elderly walked slower afterward. Slide 4. When rapid cognition fails, bias and prejudice, snap judgments can reflect unconscious bias. Example, police shootings based on race-based assumptions. Lesson, awareness of our mental shortcuts is key to avoiding poor decisions. Slide 5. The importance of experience expertise. Experts develop better intuition through repetition and feedback. Example, firefighters sensing a floor might collapse before it actually does. Training. Intuition improves with quality experiences. Slide 6. The dark side of thin slicing. Warren Harding error. Mistaking good looks for leadership ability. Over-reliance on appearances leads to bad hiring, poor judgments. Takeaway, snap judgments are not always right. Slide 7. Case study. New Coke failure of market research. Blind taste tests ignored brand context. Snap judgment flaw, missing the full emotional and contextual experience. Slide 8. Case study. Paul Ekman's facial coding. Micro-expressions can reveal true emotions in milliseconds. Thin slicing application. Accurately reading emotions improves decision-making in law enforcement, therapy, etc. Slide 9. Strategies to improve snap judgments. Be aware of biases. Avoid information overload. Trust informed intuition, not gut instinct. Create conditions for accurate, rapid cognition. Slide 10. Practical applications. In business, hiring, negotiations, marketing. In law enforcement, reducing bias in rapid decision-making. In relationships, reading subtle cues in communication. Slide 11. Criticisms of Blink, overgeneralization. Not all snap judgments are beneficial. Anecdotal evidence relies on compelling stories, not just data. Subjectivity, trust your gut message can be misused. Slide 12. Final takeaways. Trust your instincts, but test them. Snap judgments can be accurate or disastrous. Context matters. Awareness and reflection are keys to sharpening our intuition. The Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell. Title, The Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell. Subtitle, How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference. Slide 1. Introduction to The Tipping Point. Author, Malcolm Gladwell, published, 2000. Premise, small actions at the right time, in the right place, with the right people, can create a tipping point for major change. Slide 2. What is a tipping point? Definition, the moment of critical mass, the threshold, the boiling point. Significance, it's the point at which an idea, trend, or behavior crosses a threshold and spreads like wildfire. Slide 3. The 3 rules of epidemics. The law of the few, the stickiness factor, the power of context. Slide 4. The law of the few. Certain types of people play a critical role in spreading ideas. Connectors, know lots of people. Bridge social groups. Mavens, information specialists who enjoy helping others. Salesmen, persuasive people with powerful negotiation skills. Slide 5. The stickiness factor. Definition, the unique quality that compels the message to stick in the minds of people. Examples, Sesame Street and Blue's Clues, using repetition and engagement. Direct application to marketing and education. Slide 6. The power of context. Human behavior is sensitive to and strongly influenced by its environment. Example, broken windows theory. Small signs of disorder lead to more disorder. Environment can tip behaviors in positive or negative directions. Slide 7. Case study, Hush Puppies. Sales explosion in mid-1990s after trendsetters in NYC adopted the brand demonstrates how fashion and social epidemics spread. Slide 8. Case study. NYC crime dropped in the early 1990s due to small changes, e.g. graffiti removal fare, evasion crackdowns, reinforces power of context. Slide 9. Tipping points in business. Launching a new product or service, viral marketing and influencer culture, identifying and utilizing connectors, mavens and salesmen. Slide 10. Tipping points in society social movements, e.g. civil rights, climate action. Ideas that shift societal norms, e.g. recycling, remote work. Slide 11. Creating your own tipping point. Identify your message's stickiness. Leverage the right people. Shape the environment or context. Monitor and adapt. Tipping is often unpredictable. Slide 12. Key takeaways. Small changes can have big effects. Social epidemics are influenced by people, message, and context. Strategic action at the right time equals massive impact. You now have the knowledge of man or New Age CEO. If you have any questions, can go to richburnfeegley@gmail.com or call 1-302-985-1184.